Hello everyone, Kendra here. Welcome to this Lumina Lights tutorial. Our goal is to explain how to properly set up your new Lumina Lights. As you'll see, it's quite easy and quick. Right. Before we begin, there is one important thing you need to be aware of. The way you perceive lights will always depend on the wind light you're using. I strongly recommend that you look for a good wind light that's ready for PBR, for example. This will help you get the most out of your Lumina lights. Of course, your Lumina lights, just like lights in real life, will look better in a darker ambience. So let's get started. I'll assume that you've already unpacked your light and that you have a folder with the light's name in your inventory. Yeah, so let's assume that we've already rezzed our light on the ground. In my case, for the purposes of this tutorial, I am using the Lumina N12 Spotlight. By default, your light should already be switched on and ready to use. Next, I'll move the light up to the ceiling where I want to place it. In this tutorial, I'm using a Lumina track rather than mounting the light directly to the ceiling, but that choice is entirely up to you. I've switched the wind light to a darker setting so you can see the lighting better. Basically, it just makes things easier to notice. With a darker wind light, the subtle changes really stand out more. Right, so I'm going to wear the HUD, which is located in the same folder as the light. Each light type has its own HUD, so if you own different Lumina lights, you'll need to wear the correct HUD in order to configure them. So as you can see, the HUD is divided into three main sections. The upper section relates to light temperature and colour. The temperature range you can set goes from 2800 to 9600 Kelvin. For a home or private space, values between 2800 and 4800 Kelvin usually work best. Higher values are more commonly used in offices or retail spaces. On the right-hand side, there is also a colour palette. You can select a colour if you want a more scenic or creative effect, such as for a party. The middle section of the HUD contains two main columns. The left column is called targets. Targets are the names assigned to your lights. By default, they are named Light 1, Light 2, Light 3, Light 4, Light 5, and Light 6. In this example, you can see Light 1 listed. Notice, the LED to the left is blue, which means Light 1 is currently active. To select a light for editing, simply click on its name. The right column, called slots, is used for memory slots. Typically you select a light, adjust its parameters, and then save those settings. We'll cover memory usage in more detail shortly. In the lower left corner of the middle section, you'll also see a button labelled Restore. Clicking this will reset the selected light to its default settings. The lower section of the HUD contains the different parameters you can adjust for your lights. These are dimmer, zoom, power, focus, decay, and tilt. Let's take a closer look at each of these. So, dimmer controls how bright the light is. A low dimmer setting makes the light faint, while a higher setting makes it brighter. Think of it as the light's volume control. Zoom, what it does is it adjusts how wide or narrow the beam of light is. A narrow zoom produces a tight, focused beam, while a wider zoom spreads the light across a larger area. Power determines how strong the light output is at its source. Higher power allows the light to produce more illumination overall, while lower power limits its maximum intensity. Next one is focus. Focus controls how sharp or soft the edge of the light beam appears. A focused beam has crisp edges, while a softer focus creates a more diffused look. Next one is decay. Then we have decay. So what decay does is decay determines how long the light takes to fade out after being dimmed or switched off. A short decay results in a quick cutoff, while a longer decay creates a smooth, gradual fade. And finally, we have tilt. It controls the vertical angle of the light. Tilting the fixture up or down changes where the beam is directed, as you might understand. There is one thing. Please note that some lights do not include a tilt option, so it may not be available in all cases. So, to change any of the above-mentioned parameters, simply move the corresponding slider. As simple as that. I encourage you to experiment with these settings to better understand how they affect the light. Sorry. So, avoid extreme adjustments at first. Subtle changes usually produce the most realistic results. All right, now let's add another light to the track. Simply drag and drop the light from your inventory again and place it on the ground. Then move it to its final position. After placing it, remain in edit mode. If you've exited edit mode, simply right-click the light, choose edit, and when the menu appears, click edit linked in the top right corner, then click on the light itself. Right, so under the General tab, you'll notice that the linked part of the spotlight is named Light 1. Change this to Light 2. Be careful not to add a space between the word light and the number, as the HUD will not recognize the light if you do. This is important, very important. After a few seconds, Light 2 will appear on the HUD below Light 1. Click the LED next to its name to switch it on and select it for editing. Right, so with your new light selected in the Targets column, you can adjust its parameters as described earlier. Once you're satisfied with the settings, press Save in the Slots column. You'll see Memory Bank 1 appear on the HUD. So after it, you can then edit the light again and save a second configuration, which will appear as 2. Well, this means you now have 2 memory banks for that light. Right, you can store up to 3 memory banks per light, named 1, 2, and 3, of course. So, clicking on a memory bank will activate it, and if you wish to delete one, simply select it and press the delete button. It's quite simple. There is no limit to the number of lights you can add to your build. However, keep in mind that you can only have up to 6 different targets, which are essentially groups of lights sharing the same settings. All lights named Light 1 will share the same settings. All lights named Light 2 will share another set, and so on. One very important thing to remember: never link the lights together. If you do, they will stop working because the HUD will no longer recognize them. So that's all for now, and I hope you have a lot of fun with your new Lumina Lights. If you have any further questions, you can contact our team in World. You can reach Funatik Resident, Allia Lane, or Kendra Zaurak. We'll be delighted to help you out.